What's up guys, my name is Monica. I am a personal trainer, mama, exercise physiologist, and a certified nutrition coach. I am on here to help kind of share awareness when it comes to pregnancy, health, and fitness, because a lot of times there are some articles out there that can kind of leave you like, should I be doing this? So I'm here to go ahead and give you that peace of mind and just give you some tips and pointers on how to stay healthy during your pregnancy. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you want to go ahead and click that subscribe button, you can definitely do that. I'll be coming out with more videos in regards to the trimesters with nutrition and exercise, and eventually be going into my postpartum journey as well. But we're going to go ahead and hop into second trimester exercise. So when it comes to second trimester exercise, the first thing that I want to talk about is actually plyometric movements. So when it comes to plyometric movements during your second trimester, sometimes these movements can actually cause a lot of pressure on your tummy and then on your pubic bone as well. So biggest thing here is that you want to be mindful. Definitely listen to your body. If you are somebody that was doing these plyometric movements before, so like jumping up and down, side to side, you can definitely continue doing that as long as you do not feel any discomfort as you are doing that. If you are feeling discomfort, definitely take a break, breather, get some water, and then if you want to try it again, you can, but if there's still that discomfort, I definitely recommend modifying at that time. If you are somebody that was not working out before your pregnancy, I'd highly recommend just starting at a baseline level, and then if you want to and feel like you can progress over time, during your pregnancy, you can definitely do that. There's nothing wrong with progressing during your exercises during your pregnancy, but just be mindful if you weren't working out before and want to kind of have a healthy pregnancy, it is good to start off at the bottom and kind of go from there. If you are having kind of questions like how should I start, what should I be starting with, you can definitely reach out to me here to answer your questions, and if you have a question you'd like to leave a comment in the leave a question in the comment below, you can definitely do that. Biggest thing when it comes to plyometric movements is that this could induce Braxton Hicks contractions. So really thing too that can happen is something called SPD, so symphysis pubis dysfunction. So it just is a very kind of like hard friction on your pubic bone. It can be very uncomfortable to do certain movements. So second thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to second trimester exercise is about how long you should be exercising during your second trimester. So normally as a personal trainer and an exercise physiologist, we usually recommend about 150 minutes per week. So you can either do 3 days of 50 minutes or 5 days of 30 minutes. Either way, this is a normal activity, the normal recommendation for a physical activity for anybody. So even if you are pregnant or not, 150 minutes is the recommended goal per week per person. So biggest thing here, like I was mentioning before, plyometric movements, is really just finding modifications for exercises. If you are somebody that is noticing that they're having discomfort during movements, again, if you need a personal trainer, you can definitely reach out to me. I am a personal trainer. You can send me a message and I'd be happy to help you. But the biggest thing is to make sure that you are modifying movements. Doesn't mean that you need to completely stop working out, just need to take a step back. That you have no restrictions when it comes to exercise while you are pregnant. It's actually really recommended to work out during your pregnancy because it reduces anxiety. A lot of times women do have anxiety when it comes to pregnancy. I know I did for sure. It helps with regulating your emotions and mood swings because you have that time to just kind of get those jitters out of your body. Another thing too that it helps with is just connecting your mind and body. So usually mind-body connection is really good, especially in the delivery room, because if you want to go ahead and kind of make your delivery room visit quick and efficient, if you have that mind-muscle connection, you're able to push baby out. Another thing too, it does help just tighten and strengthen the core muscles. So not only, again, is this good for the delivery room, but it's also good postpartum. So you're not having to spend so much time recovering. Something that can happen during pregnancy is something called diastasis recti, which is separation of the abdominal wall. So if you are somebody that is working out during your pregnancy, you have a less likely chance of experiencing that. I'm not saying that you won't experience it, but if you are working out, keeping your core strong and tight during your movements, you may not have to have such a large recovery postpartum. Another thing that exercise helps with during your pregnancy is joint pain, really. So when you are pregnant, this is probably mentioned in a video before. I'll go ahead and link it here. I know I mentioned it already. But when you get pregnant, you have a hormone called relaxin being brought into your body. So your body starts producing relaxin as soon as you get pregnant. What this does is helps allow your joints to separate. So not separate, but the joints tend to be more loosey-goosey during pregnancy because your body is trying to kind of like expand to what it needs to in order to support your baby at this point in time. So it's really important that when you are pregnant, when you do work out, it actually helps you kind of keep your body regulated. So even though your body and your hips are kind of widening, things may be sort of just kind of shifting in different ways, you're still able to support your body with the muscle that you're building. Another thing here too, when it comes to working out during your pregnancy, is that when you do work out, you're more than likely going to be using your core, which helps reduce the amount of stress you feel in your lower back. So this is very common in pregnancy because as we get bigger, our spines create a increased curvature at the lower part. So this is the lumbar spine. But when we are pregnant, we have an increased curve, which causes a lot of tension on that lower back. So if you are somebody that is working out, you're alleviating that back pain as well. And then it also takes pressure off of your hips, which is super important. If you do keep strong legs, strong core, strong muscles everywhere, you aren't having so much pressure and gravity pushing on your hips and your spine, because that's where like the biggest impact is once you have a baby, because belly's coming forward, you have gravity of the weight starting to push down on you, plus gravity. So biggest thing here is just to make sure that you are exercising so that your muscles can take some of that load off of your joints and bones. Third thing I want to talk to you about is working out your core during your second trimester. So if you read different articles, there can be a little bit of mixed information. Biggest thing that you need to be mindful of is that when you are doing core workouts, it is recommended a little more to do core workouts either elevated on your elbows or in a seated position. So the reason this is recommended is because when you are lying flat on your back, baby is putting pressure on the vena cava, which helps regulate the oxygen, so your circulatory system and your body. So you're putting pressure on that, which reduces blood flow for you and baby, and then it also reduces oxygen. Another thing too here to be mindful of is that because you're in your second trimester, you may be getting to a point where you are getting bigger and that lower back arch is becoming bigger. So you may notice that it is a little more uncomfortable to actually be lying flat on your back. I actually have a couple examples posted on my blog. I'm going to go ahead and link my blog down here so that you can actually read this in article form or blog form, and then see the references that I'm talking about in regards to your ab exercises. The fourth thing that I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to working out in your second trimester is to make sure that you're working on diaphragmatic breathing. So this is a really interesting concept of breathing because it doesn't normally, your body's doing something different as you're doing diaphragmatic breathing. You're not breathing with the lungs, you're breathing with the belly. When you inhale, you are actually filling the belly, and the belly is going to be expanding outwards. So as you inhale, you're filling the lungs, and then what you're doing, instead of when you inhale, normally it's pretty common for people to inhale and they suck in the belly. You want to inhale and fill the belly. So what this does is actually helps to, one, fill the belly. Again, it's going to help you build mind-muscle connection because it's not something that your body normally does. So that's going to be the first thing. Two is when you're doing that diaphragmatic breathing, is when you fill the belly, you're able to kind of drop the diaphragm just a tad. So this helps fill the lungs even more. And then as you exhale, you're going to crunch in. So again, this is not normally what you do. A lot of times when people inhale, the belly comes in, and then as you exhale, belly comes out. You're doing the opposite. So you inhale, but fill the belly, belly gets big, exhale, belly shrinks. So what this does is help open up the lungs as much as possible. And then as you contract and exhale, you're going to shrink those muscles, shrink everything up so that you can get all the air expended out of your lungs. So the big thing about this is that you really do get more oxygen as you do this breathing. So if you're somebody, like I said, that you're noticing that you're kind of getting short of breath, and it's not really, you know, because you're doing anything different, it's just because your body is physiologically changing for the baby, this will help you get more oxygen to your body. And then a lot of the times too, when you do work on this breathing, it does help with any sort of anxiety, because you are getting full oxygen breaths in, full carbon dioxide out because of the expansion of the lungs. So this is a really good thing to do if you can. Maybe do like 5 to 10 breaths a day. Or if you find yourself in like a high stress point, or you feel anxious, definitely just take those few breaths just to kind of ground yourself, bring yourself back to the present, and then also just get the oxygen you need. Because a lot of times when you are in stressful situations, our breathing gets cut short because of our adrenal responses. So this just kind of helps you get your oxygen you need, work on your mind, muscle connection. So the fifth thing that I wanted to talk to you about is actually more breathing. So what you'll notice, like I was mentioning before, your diaphragm does get pushed up on as you are pregnant, and you really just need to be mindful of that. So if you are working out and you find yourself like you know, breathing really hard, or if you say, for example, if you have a partner in crime that you go to the gym with, you know, whoever it is that is working near or beside you, and is listening to you, they may notice that you kind of sound like you are gasping for air. And again, it's not your fault that you're gasping for air. It's more of a physiological change that's happening to you because your baby is growing. So biggest thing here when it comes to breathing is that you want to make sure that you feel okay breathing. If you get to a point where you start like feeling like you're getting dizzy or you're blacking out, you are working too hard, okay? You need to take a step back, maybe sit down, take a breather, and just kind of reset yourself. Get some water, just to kind of take a breath. The biggest thing is sometimes during second trimester you do have that extra energy, which is great because you can actually work out. But another thing too that can be kind of tough sometimes is that if you are somebody that does view social media, there are women out there doing a ton of different things during their pregnancy, and then you also have to be mindful that there are average women who don't necessarily get to work out on a daily basis and who don't own like a gym or anything, but are wanting to work out super intensely. You really need to be careful and just listen to your body. I really admire all those women that are doing like CrossFit, you know, whatever it is, but I honestly, for myself, was not doing that before my pregnancy, so I don't expect myself to do something like that during my pregnancy. And that should be the same for you too. You shouldn't put high expectations on yourself during your pregnancy. This is a time where really you just need to exercise to feel good for your health, reduce some anxiety, stress on your body, and then just be happy with where you're at right now. Everybody experiences pregnancy very differently, and just like I've mentioned in a video before this, you really don't need to be exercising to lose weight or, you know, to have any specific goals at this point in time. The goal is that you are working out to be healthy for you and your baby during the pregnancy, and also strong when you get into the delivery room. You do not have to be doing these crazy exercises to kind of like put yourself in danger. Again, there are no expectations with exercise. All you need is 150 minutes. Again, you can break that down however you'd like, but do what feels good to your body. That's it for second trimester exercise. If you like this content, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.